couldn't imagine doing it without him. It's tough, and I'll never forget that day.
Sofia Carson is missing amid all the news about Descendants 4, and the reason will shock you. The Descendants 4 cast has been revealed, and it's quite a revamp for the franchise. We won't get to see much of the original characters in the new movie, including Sofia Carson, and this has left fans wondering why wouldn't Sofia want to reprise such a loved role in Descendants 4. Initially, she was open to the idea of another movie, and she said back in 2020 it would be a privilege to continue that story. Evie gave me so much. She's just this gift that keeps on giving. She brings so much joy to my life, so I would love to. But then something really traumatic happened and Sofia decided not to move forward with the franchise. It's actually the loss of Cameron Boyce, which is also the reason for most of the main cast not returning. They believe that a movie without Cameron is simply out of the question. As Cameron Boyce lost his life to epilepsy back in 2019, fans thought that it was the end of Descendants franchise, and so did the main cast of the show. However, the creators think that there are so many stories left to include in the Descendants franchise, and they understand how hard it would be for the cast, including Sofia, to go back to the set and not see Cameron every day. So they moved on with a whole new cast and characters in Descendants 4. Besides, Sofia has been pretty vocal about not wanting to work in a new Descendants movie, and she even went on to say,
I couldn't imagine doing it without him. But I also appreciate that people love the franchise so much that they would want it to continue. So, and I love Evie, but it just, it's core 4 forever.
But then Dove Cameron talked about Descendants 4 and told the audiences that this might happen.
I do think there's a world where that happens. I don't know anything for sure.
Okay.
Like I can't, but I definitely don't think that that's like an impossibility.
And in her next interview, Sofia was also a little more open when talking about the new movie, and she said,
it's tough. It's tough to imagine the world of Descendants without Cam for me. Anything is possible because it's such a beloved franchise, but it wouldn't be the same.
This time around, she didn't completely ignore the possibility of a new Descendants movie like she did earlier, because she knew that the creators were already thinking about it, and it wouldn't be long until the news becomes public. Additionally, Sofia Carson also talked about losing Cameron, and how the whole cast went through it together.
I was in Toronto the day that we lost Cam, prepping to shoot this movie, and I'll never forget that day. And I remember all of us were just overwhelmed and thinking that he was just the happiest, most beautiful soul.
When the interviewer asked her about the memories that she has of Cameron, she said that every moment they used to spend with Cameron was actually a memory in itself. She also added,
it was more so a feeling that Cam gave when he was around you, and I think his sister put it so beautifully, that he was sunshine wearing shoes, and that's exactly who he is.
She had such a special bond with Cameron that even after he's no more, Sofia hasn't forgotten him, and she remembers him quite often in her interviews.
We put a collection together and I designed a denim jacket because Cameron always wore a denim jacket.
Aww.
She also takes an active part in Cameron Boyce's organisation, which Cameron's parents founded after they lost him. Even during the pandemic, when the whole world paused, Sofia Carson was remembering her dear friend Cameron, and how she and the director of Descendants actually talk about him so often during these chaotic times. She also said,
the first thing we both said to each other at the same time was, gosh, the light that Cameron would have been right now. And even though he's not with us, I do feel that he still is that light.
Dove Cameron, another lead in Descendants, isn't very happy about the new movie either. She's been pretty vocal about it, and has even gone on to say that the new Descendants movie will be really wrong. Dove has moved on from the franchise and won't be a part of Descendants either, so it was only rational for Sofia Carson to do the same, because the creators can't really cast one and leave out the other. And when it comes to Sofia's plot in the movies, a lot of people felt like Sofia got her happy ending with Evie, completing a whole character arc and going from being a girl with just one aim to exploring the world and finding new people that actually cherish her for who she is. Evie was initially very insecure about the way that she looked, and it was mainly because of the evil queen, and she never told her daughter that she was enough. The queen was also the reason why Evie thought that she had to be obedient and get compliments to feel worthy, but this all changed when she came to Auradon. Her biggest problem was the insecurity that her mother made her feel, but over the course of 3 Descendants movies, Evie gave up her insecurity and became a much more confident woman, who judges people based on their heart and not their appearances. Evie realized that there are still people out there who love her for who she really is, including Doug, and this is how she found her inner peace. Besides, Evie wanted to find the perfect man for herself, but this perfection was just physical in the beginning, as Evie wanted a man handsome enough to flaunt in front of her mother. But as time passed, she realized that she didn't want a man who's just handsome, but she also wants someone who's good from within, and who has a personality as charming as his face. It's when she decided to give Doug a chance, and it was a huge breakthrough for her character in the movies. Although Evie and Doug had a bumpy start, with Evie trying to pursue Prince Chad, they ended up being a couple. And in Descendants 3, we found out that Evie's one true love with Doug when she woke up from the spell with just a kiss. Besides, her character completely went from just wanting to marry to become a fully fledged designer and doing great at school too. So if the creators continued Evie's story any longer, it would have felt like a drag, because by the end of Descendants 3, it genuinely felt like her story got its happy ending. This might be the reason why Sofia Carson doesn't want to get back for another movie, as she feels like there's not much left for her character to do in the franchise. Since Sofia has bid farewell to the Descendants franchise for good, the fans are wondering what the actress is doing lately. Well, Sofia has been working on some pretty exciting projects, and things have been really working out well for her lately. The recent movie she did was a huge hit, and she's been all over social media because of it. That might also be the reason why she isn't part of Descendants, as Disney strictly advises its stars to not work on multiple projects at once. Lately, Sofia has been really excited about a particular project in which she made her debut on Netflix, and while talking about it in an interview, she said,
I produced my first film with Netflix.
Wow.
And with Alloy, and I wrote the music for the film as well, and I star in the film. It's called Purple Hearts. I just finished shooting it.
And since Purple Hearts came out on the streaming platform, it's been making headlines and breaking records. In fact, it's being considered one of the best rom-com movies to come out in quite a while now. And then the actress went on to join the cast of the much-anticipated movie My Little Pony: A New Generation. And that's not it, because Sofia is currently working on Carry On, a movie that will be released in 2023. But her acting career isn't the only thing that's keeping her busy. Sofia has been pretty involved in the music industry, like most Disney stars, but she has now made a name for herself in the industry and is actually loving her music career.
So emotional and exciting and beautiful and really fulfilling.
Since The Descendants last aired, Sofia has done several singles, including one for My Little Pony, and it was a huge hit. Also, she even released an album in 2022, which she was really pumped for. However, the peak of her career was when the song Applause from Tell It Like a Woman was nominated. And guess what? It was nominated in the 2023 Oscar Awards. So it obviously was a huge deal for Sofia, and she even got to perform the song with Diane Warren on the stage at the Academy Awards. So it's pretty obvious that offers are pouring in, and music labels are rushing to sign her. It could be another reason why she isn't part of Descendants 4, because the love her album received lately, she might be trying to focus more on her music career. And it would be obviously very hard to manage a full-time music career while also starring in a Disney movie. But whatever the reason is, we won't be seeing Evie on our screens anymore. And that's actually pretty sad, because her empowerment narrative actually inspired so many young girls. However, fans are hoping that we could get a character similar to Evie in the upcoming movie. Sofia Carson is yet to speak on what her thoughts are on the new cast of Descendants and if she's excited about the new movie. But as of now, Sofia surely isn't a part of the movie. FYI, her fans are still hoping that there might be an Easter egg in Descendants 4 where Sofia makes a cameo, but that seems very unlikely to happen. As always, share your thoughts in the comments below, and thanks for watching.